Patty Christensen here, continuing our Florida RV show, whatever, recap, that type thing. Next was going to be the flight home. So I had taken United out and I was taking Frontier back. And I know that Frontier is, considered a very, bare bones. And with all the drama we had on that United flight with those little mini seats and just having to run and all that kind of stuff, I was a little worried. But I'll have to tell you, it was actually, you know what? I'm going to give Frontier a thumbs up. So the first leg was from Florida to Atlanta. And at least this one, we did not have a 1 hour layover. It was like 2.5. Lots of time, lots of breathing room. So anyway, we did that. And I'm going to also have to stop and say that the Tampa airport, I give it 2 thumbs up. Salt Lake's got a new airport, and I don't know why. Maybe it's some kind of a federal mandate, but it's a 1 in, 1 out, which means everybody, doesn't matter where you're flying, who you're flying, none of that. You have to go through the same entrance, the same TSA. It's awful. I mean, it's awful, right? And Tampa's an older airport, so you go all the way out to whichever your terminal is, and that's where you do your TSA. I'll admit they're a little slow, but it's a lot less stressful because, it's just that small little group. So that was lovely. Anyway, we get on the Frontier flight. They had decent leg room. And again, my husband's in one location. I'm in another. They have no internet. They don't have the little video thing that you can watch the screen on the seat in front of you, which I like to watch the flight and all that. My former life was an air traffic controller, so I kind of like to watch that. None of that, no internet. And then if you want a drink, like a can of soda, pop, drink, whatever you call it, where you are, Coke, you can do that, but you just got to buy it for $5. And I was just like, wow, okay, these guys, that's fine, because I don't drink sodas anyway, so I don't care, but I thought that was kind of interesting. But, you got on easy, you got off easy, so that was pretty good. Then we had our layover in Atlanta, and we, got to our next location. Remember, we had tons of time, so we could stroll. I got some food. Life was all good. So that was nice. And then the flight going from Atlanta to Salt Lake, both my husband and I had somewhere in the back, middle seats. They sounded just awful. And my husband was a little cranky about it because he's used to flying Delta with all of his points and being treated well, free bags. And here I am making these, you got to wear your clothes flights. And it was interesting. Yeah. So we both had these seats just kind of wherever. But it was weird when we got on because, by the way, we're zone, the numbers don't exist, right? Because they let everybody else on and then they close the overhead bins. So we get on and the very, very front is quite full and the very, very, very back is quite full. And then it's like open in all the middle. And I thought, well, this is weird. I thought we were one of the last people on. There must be some more people coming. And so I just wait a little bit, and the I want to say stewardess, you're not allowed to say that anymore. The flight attendant comes by, and I said, hey, the guy, 5 rows in front of me with the big mustache, it looks like he's got his row to himself. If so, I'm his wife. Can I move up there? So she goes up and looks for the guy with the big, huge mustache. Yep, that's him. And there was nobody else in his row. So we actually ended up, nobody else got on. So this flight was actually quite empty. So everybody was kind of moving around. So I ended up being able to sit next to him. We had our own row. Again, you have to, if you want a soda, you got to buy it. But, I'd already packed some waters for us and stuff. But so that flight ended up being absolutely lovely. For part of it, I was laying on his lap kind of in there, just kind of napping on the way back. So I will say Frontier's a budget airline. Oh, I forgot to say, there's no first class. There's no extra. It's just you walk in and the whole thing's all the same. Yep. There's no hierarchy on Frontier. So I thought, well, that's, actually, I think I kind of like that, right? But so that was the flight back and no delays, right on time. That flight, we weren't as far back, so we actually got off fairly decent time frame wise. And it actually worked out really nice. So that was the flight back from the show. Thanks.